What is up, comic fans? My name is Mark. Welcome to the channel. And today we're about to pause for the cause and take a look ahead at next week new comic book day. It's going to be August the 16th and 17th. We're going to see what books are dropping, specifically what books are making it onto my pull list. But before we do that, check this out. Let's go ahead and thank Big Time Collectibles for sponsoring the channel and the monthly Legion Loot giveaway for all the channel members. Be sure to check them out at bigtimecollectibles.com. They're always doing amazing things with awesome exclusives, FOC orders, as well as amazing mystery boxes. I always like to point that out and highlight that. Their mystery boxes are insane. You can go back and just look up here on YouTube at some of the Big Time Collectible mystery boxes to get an idea of the outrageousness that they put into these boxes and how far overvalued they are. And look forward to in the future, there'll be a mystery box battle, Big Time Collectibles con exclusive coming up soon. So we'll definitely excited to be getting into that. All right, so this coming week is not nearly as jam-packed as a couple others have been here recently, but again, there's a solid number of books dropping and some really good titles. So we're going to kick it off this week with Donny Cates' Hulk, issue number 18. Now, this is going to be the finale to the Banner of War crossover storyline that's been going on between Hulk and Thor. Now, this entire era of Hulk is just an absolute joke to me. I think the Starship Hulk concept, execution, design, every bit of it from the bottom up has just been utter trash. Now, that's just me. You can feel differently, and that's perfectly fine. I'm still picking it up. I'm still reading it. I'm not a fair-weathered Hulk fan. I'm going to see it through. There's been some dynamic fights in it. I'm not going to lie, but for me personally, I'm more of a story-driven content taker inner, if that's a thing. I'm a content taker inner, and it's really the story that compels me the most, that I find most of the enjoyment. This is just, it's all been for Flash more than anything. We've seen Hulk just kind of lose it completely. The whole split mind thing inside of an actual literal spaceship body, as well as a mental representation of one inside of his head. It's just been goofy. They introduced Titan during this series, who was supposed to potentially be a bigger villainous character for the Hulk, which I actually enjoy that concept. I love the multiple split personality concept. So I'm still excited about what could potentially come from that. When Banner gets mad, he hulks out, but Hulk pushed to the farthest point. What does he do? He tightens out. So I know it's a little gimmicky, or it's a little lazy even, but I think it's a cool concept that can have some cool stuff done with it. I'm excited to be getting past this because I feel like it's been a long wait from that last issue to get to this one. So let's get it over with and on to the next thing. Whenever a character you love's story is falling flat, do not fear. There's another story coming right behind it. Next up, the total opposite of everything I just said about Hulk is true of World's Finest. This is issue number 6, the first issue in an all-new story arc. We had the intro 5 issues introducing us to these characters in this time era, facing off against the demon Nazah. This series from Mark Waid and Dan Mora could not be better if it tried. This is comic book storytelling, art delivery, all at its finest. Amazing series. So they defeated the demon of Nazah, who cannot be stopped. It can only be contained. We got a tease where it jumped into the future and showed us how he's contained on the Lazarus Island from the Robin series even. And they're building up to a tie-in to an event comic called Batman versus Robin that'll be taking its lead from this title as well as the Robin series. Now, this issue isn't leaning into that. This issue is kind of looking back on what's going on with Dick Grayson, who's Robin at the time of this book. He was lost in time during the fight against the demon Nazah, and they had to proceed with the fight against the demon in order to stop what was happening. Now they're having to go back and look into finding and saving the boy wonder. Cannot wait to continue this story. Highly suggest it. Can't sing its praises enough. Next up, from Jeremy Adams, we have the Dark Crisis tie-in Flash issue number 785. This is the third Flash tie-in to Dark Crisis, kind of standing on its own just based off of the events happening. This is the search for Barry Allen. He's been gone and missing thanks to Pariah since Joshua Williamson's Infinite Frontier arc that led into Justice League Incarnate, and now we're here after Barry. We're in the midst of a dark crisis, or a crisis, an event, a cosmic level problem. We need all of our speedsters, so the Flash family has gotten together, divided and conquered, and they have found him, lost in time, in hyper time, imprisoned in this little paradise reality. And now it's up to them to get back home, only to find that Ace, aka Wallace, is now kind of sucked into the illusion. Are they going to have to get out of there and leave Wallace behind? Are they going to be able to get the whole family out together? We're going to find out in this coming week's issue of Flash, and look forward to seeing the Flash family back in the main body of this event. And moving forward, I can't wait. It's going to hit the ground running, pun intended. Next up, I don't know how to feel or what to say about Dark Crisis Young Justice. This is issue 3 of 6. That first issue was phenomenal. It paid a great tribute to these characters, and from an era long since past where they were kind of forefront more in a regular title, it leaned into some of the nostalgic of it. It played heavily into the emotional impact that these characters being sidelined inside of the comics had on them as characters. It got a little meta and it pulled on your heartstrings. And then that second issue, it was garbage. It was a waste of an issue just to make a political statement that, when done correctly in comic books, can be a powerful and very important thing for the readers, people who agree with the message being told and people who might not, but just to get the message out. When done poorly, it's a waste of a story, and it's heavy-handed and not worth your time. And that's how I felt about issue 2. It's okay if you felt differently, but I'm not going to drop the title over it. I'm going to keep on moving forward. Love the characters, want to see how it plays out, and I'm hoping that it gets back on track and the writer might can fine-tune some of those things. So I'm definitely excited to see the Young Justice getting thrown up against some of the more formidable foes that they had to deal with in their past that had some of the biggest impacts on their lives. So we're also seeing that Wonder Girl is the only one not trapped in this world, and she's out looking for them. We're going to see if she can find them and get them out of it. Kind of the same situation Barry Allen is in, that the Flash family is trying to save him from. Young Justice are in that same situation with Cassie trying to get them out. The rest of humanity, the Titans, the Justice League that remains, all the heroes are so busy with everything going on with all the B and C list heroes attacking Earth, Pariah's Dark Army setting up. There's no time to even think about the poor Young Justice. So it's all up to Cassie. So I'm excited for it. Hope it gets back on track, and I hope it continues to go hard like that first issue did. Next up, buckle up, because we have this brand new Batman One Bad Day one-shot featuring the Riddler by one of the best creative team duos in comic books, which is Tom King and Mitch Gerads. They are the award-winning team behind Mr. Miracle, and they're bringing us the first of many in this one-shot anthology. This will be the only one with this specific creator team, so be sure to go check out all these one-shots moving forward. There's 8 of them, I believe, and each individual one-shot will have its own creative team with some of the most highly recognized writers and artists currently working for the company. And there's definitely some that I'm highly excited about, some that I'm not necessarily pumped just off of name alone, but we'll probably still pick up to give it a shot. It is a one-shot, and this one's supposed to be giving us a story where Riddler commits a murder in broad daylight, and Batman's trying to solve the mystery of why he got so bold to do it. The Riddler is known to be Batman's most intellectual foe, and with Tom King at the helm, it's guaranteed to really put that at the forefront and test Batman's mettle. Next up, oh my gosh, I'm pumped for this, and look how gorgeous that Rodriguez cover is. It's Black Adam 3 of 12 from the brand new Maxi series, where Black Adam himself, after a confrontation with Darkseid, which turned out to be kind of a slight tie-in to the Great Darkness that we've been seeing, he's now dead, and he had passed his powers on to his youngest living descendant, who is now being tasked with trying to break his own moral code to bring Black Adam back to life, because he's not trying to be kept with the power and even know what to do with it. I'm excited to keep going with this just to get more Black Adam content, just kind of fuel that excitement fire for the upcoming movie and it kicking off. And I highly recommend this one just because it's a really fantastic read. Going back to what I said about Young Justice, this one has a few of those moments that you can clearly see that the writer is trying to put a little message in there and throw little things out there, but it's done eloquently and nicely where it doesn't slap you in the face, but it definitely gets the message across. And that's, I highly respect the writers that really know how to do that. Next up, from the man himself, Daniel Warren Johnson, Do a Powerbomb. Issue number 3 is here, and I cannot wait. This is the, I think it's called like the Orangutanium or something. It's like so we have Scorpion Sun and Luna geared up, getting ready for their first battle in the underworld, basically, in this wrestling match for this ultimate prize at the end. I'm not going to get into too many more specifics than that, but I will tell you that the second issue of this book right here might have been the most impactful single issue comic I have ever read in my life. That's a bold statement. I know, but God, it was good. I did not know how to feel at those last pages in it, and just threw me for a loop. I wasn't ready. Did not know how to respond, react, or even what to do. I highly, highly recommend. I'm not even recommending. I'm telling you, if you got anything in your pocket, scrounge it up. Go spend $2.99 on this book right here this week. And if you didn't get issues 1 and 2, get $9 and go get caught up. And then lastly for this week, Aquaman The Flash, Void Song, a 3-issue miniseries that stands on its own as just a fun, kind of creative individual book that's just telling a story about Flash and Aquaman having to team up to fight an alien invasion. If that sounds like something up your alley, check it out. These are oversized square bound. There's only 3 of them. I do believe they have a $6.99 price tag. And in my opinion, this book on a creative end looks like it might have been created simply because the original movie slate that was laid out for this year that included The Flash and the Aquaman 2 movie would have given us this. Needless to say, it was still a fun read. If you're fans of the characters, you don't want to miss it. It is the Barry Allen Flash, so to throw that out there. If you've been feeling like you haven't had enough Barry Allen on the shelves, here's one worth reading for sure. And that's going to be it for this week. For the books that I have on my pool list, I would be curious to know what's on your pool list. Leave me a comment down below and check out the Comic Vet's YouTube channel if you want to know what his and my top pick for this coming week is going to be and why. And then check with us later in the week to see if we guessed right. If follow up with us and let us know what yours is as well. And a big shout out and a big thank you to the Augusta Book Exchange. They are the keepers of my comics, the guardians of my pool box. Be sure if you're ever in the Augusta area to pop in there, check them out. Tell Donna and Paul we said what is up. And until next time, guys, as always, one more plug. Justin Comics on Instagram. If you need anything cleaned or pressed, be sure to hit him up. The link is in the description to all of my videos. Use the promo code WeAreLegion and take advantage of any and all special offers that he is running. And until next time, guys, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.